If you guys play Ultimate Team and you want to get some coins, make sure to check out my sponsor, link in the description, mutreserve.com. Use my code CK and I promise you'll be rich one day. But in the meantime, you'll get 15% off your order. Welcome back, you guys. Your boy CK. This is Stat Leaders of the Week for week number 4 in the NFL. Andy Reid and the Chiefs actually got it done on the defensive end for once. It wasn't Mahomes and the high-powered offense that got them the W. Granted, they didn't have to play against Cam Newton, so they were playing against an undermanned Patriots team, but they had the most interceptions by any defense, and one of them was a pick six, courtesy of the Honey Badger. Tyrann Mathieu brought it home and secured the W for the Kansas City Chiefs. Man, the honorable mention goes to the Eagles. They had 2 less fantasy points than the Chiefs as a defense. They also had a pick 6, but they only had 2 interceptions instead of 3. All right, so now you've seen the defense we're going to be rocking with. Let's move on to the offense. If you guys are new around here, what I do is go on fantasypros.com, go position by position, and see who's at the top and put them on the team. It's really that simple, man. There's no bias involved. If you needed any further proof, I'm an Eagles fan, and we have Dak Prescott. He had the best week in week number 4 by any quarterback, man. 41 of 58, 502 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. They still ended up taking the L, but I mean, throwing it 58 times with someone like Zeke on the team, I don't know what's going on in Dallas. Like, why do you not run the ball more? If someone can explain that to me, that would be nice. I mean, I don't know if the O-line's injured. I don't know if Zeke is dealing with injury problems. I don't know if they're trying to conserve him. I have no idea. I know they go down early and they have to pass a lot. Maybe that's what it is. But why not just start running it, at the start of the game? Either way, Brady is the other quarterback, man. He's looking like the Brady of old, man. 30 of 46, 369 and 5 touchdowns, only 1 interception. He was the second highest fantasy producing quarterback in week number 4, man. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers, Teddy B, Lamar, Josh Allen. Those guys were up next in terms of fantasy. Wilson had the 3rd most yards, but this was a subpar week for him by his standards. Running back wasn't even close. Joe Mixon had by far the best week, 25 for 151, 2 rushing touchdowns. He also added 6 for 30 and 1 receiving touchdown. This is what Mixon fantasy owners have been waiting for, and he finally produced, man. I knew he had the talent. We all knew he had the talent. A running back is only as good as their offensive line, and that's what we have on this team. The entire Bengals starting offensive line to go along with Joe Mixon, so he might struggle a little bit. Easily the worst offensive line we've used in any of these Stat Leaders of the Week video, but hey, maybe they can surprise me just how they surprised us this week with Mixon. We also have Dalvin Cook. He had 27 for 130 and 2 touchdowns, and I'm pretty sure the Vikings got their first win of the year, man. That's what they got to do. They got to run the ball. Stop trying to make Kirk into what he's not. He's a game manager. You should just pound the rock. Do what you did last year. Weren't they running the ball all over people last year and it worked out for them? They need to do that again. Maybe they get down early just like the Cowboys. I don't know. But the formula for success is there for both teams. They just got to go with what works for them. Every week we have 2 Cowboys at least on this team, and I don't think Cowboys fans like that. I think they would rather have W's than to be all over the Stat Leaders of the Week team. At least I know I would. I mean, we have Amari Cooper, 12 for 134 and a touchdown. We also have CeeDee Lamb, who ended up with 5 for 79 and 2 touchdowns. Like, the wide receivers in Dallas are incredible. I gotta be honest. They're just nasty, but it's not translating to wins. I think eventually it'll start translating to wins. Like, they just gotta start earlier, instead of being a second half team. But yeah, so far they're just dominating the Stat Leaders of the Week team. You kind of had to know Mike Evans was gonna go off. I'm pretty sure Godwin didn't play. I was thinking of getting him in FanDuel, but I was like, nah, they're going double team him, triple team him. There's no way he gets open against the Chargers, right? He dropped 7 for 122 and a tutty. This man is not human, man. You see that double me? They might have to change it to triple me, okay? That's how dominant this man is. Adam Thielen did what he always does, man. 8 for 114 and a tutty. Just very consistent. It helps that they have, a guy that's really good as a rookie in Justin Jefferson, because if he wasn't any good, he'd be getting triple teamed and it would be GG. DJ Chark Jr., he was an animal last year in fantasy. Now he's starting to get back to that status. He had 8 for 95 and 2 touchdowns for the Jaguars, even though they lost to the Bengals. I feel like this is the week where some people that were drafted finally started to prove why they were drafted where they were, like Chark, Mixon. Some of these guys finally produced, and you love to see it. Odell killed it, and then some. He had 5 for 81 and 2 touchdowns through the air. Oh yeah, he also had 2 for 73 and a touchdown on the ground. Game ball of the week. You know, I haven't been doing that, but I think I'm gonna start it this week, man. It has to go to Odell. Without him, they don't win that game, plain and simple. The Eagles are horrible when it comes to stopping tight ends. So when you pair them up against one of, if not the best tight end in the NFL, those are the results you gonna get. 15 for 183 and a touchdown. And I felt like he could have gotten more. George Kittle just destroyed the Eagles defense. I don't know how we didn't lose that game. I think it's because Jimmy G didn't play. If he did, yeah, we'd probably still be winless. Robert Tonyan had 3 touchdowns. I guarantee nobody drafted Robert Tonyan in fantasy, but hey, he's getting scooped up off of waivers as of this moment. I can promise you that, man. 6 for 98 to go along with them 3 touchdowns. So we're an 82 overall. Quarterback is elite, running back elite, wide receivers elite, tight end more than elite. It's just our offensive line. There's always something every time we do the stat leaders of the week. Last week I think it was wide receivers were a little subpar. This week is the O-line. Defenses, I mean, we have 2 90s, only 180. The rest are in the 70s, so I'm a little, you know, sus of our chances to get to the Super Bowl, but it's the Chiefs. I ain't gonna ever underestimate Andy Reid. Even though we don't have Mahomes, we still have Brady, man. Let's see how they do. First in the division, as I expect, man. 12-4. Brady did his thing. 4,100 passing yards, man. 39 touchdowns, only 9 interceptions. Almost identical stats for both our running backs, man. Over 200 carries, over 970 yards apiece, and 7+ touchdowns for both of them. Same goes for our top 3 pass catchers. All had 900+ receiving yards. We had 4 guys with 6+ receiving touchdowns. Odell led the team with 9. On defense, Tedrick Thompson led the team tackling while the Honey Badger was right there. That man, one day he'll probably be a Hall of Famer, man. Mark my words. 3 guys with tackles for a loss in double digits. Sacks wise, we had 1 guy in double digits, Chris freaking Jones, the animal himself, man. The Honey Badger led the team in interceptions. Not surprised at that result. And then 3 forced fumbles for the squadron, man. Offense, we were 4th in the NFL. Kind of surprised, man. The O-line actually held up. The defense was 15th, middle of the pack. So our defense, if we don't win the Super Bowl, it's because of them. Tom Brady actually ended up behind Zeke in terms of MVP voting, but he ended up number 6. He ended up number 4 for OPOY. DPOY, we didn't have anybody in the top 10. Brady ends up number 3 for best QB. Mixon ends up number 4 for best running back. I was gonna say, him and Dalvin had like similar stats. They both gotta be in the top 10 in that situation, man. Best wide receiver, nobody, unfortunately. I'd be shocked if you see anyone in the best offensive line. Didn't happen, but hey, shout out to them for helping us get to a 12 for record. One of the best offenses in the NFL during the simulation. Chris Jones was 6 for best D lineman. Best linebacker, nothing. Best DB, we had Tyrann Mathieu, of course. I'm surprised he wasn't higher. He had a filthy season, but let's see how far these dudes can go. 1 drive on offense, defense versus the Ravens. All right, so they held on first down. Good news for us. They're backed up. First down and 20. Lamar dropping back. Please don't take off. Yes, sir. That's what we like to see. Oh my, what? Thornhill, are you okay, bro? Why are you celebrating? This man dropped an interception. He has the nerve to celebrate. Lamar probably about to run for 80 yards to the crib. Unbelievable, man. I cannot believe that this man had the gall to celebrate. That pissed me off. I'm not saying it would have been a pick 6. I'm just saying we would have had incredible field position and probably would have had the lead already. But it is what it is. 3rd down and 21. They're going to throw a short. We're going to get the ball. Brady in the Chiefs uniforms. It looks a little bit weird. Not going to lie. But, hey, he still has Evans. So let's see what happens. There it is. There it is, Mike. Oh, my goodness. What a catch. I think some players just defy logic. Like, going into the game with no Godwin, you think, okay, against a great secondary like the Chargers, there's no way Mike Evans still eats. He ends up in the stat leaders of the week. Okay, I know Brady is Brady, but the Chargers defense on paper, I think, has the most talent in the NFL. That's just my opinion. So I don't know how the hell Brady carved them up for 5 touchdowns. Again, hopefully you guys can explain it to me, man. There's just so many games on Sunday, so much going on after work on videos. I don't have time to watch the games. I really only watch like the Eagles. And then that's about it. I check the stats, the highlights, things like that. Somebody got to be open. Really that simple. Let's go. Triangle. There it is. Mike Evans. Oh, damn. Nice hit, bro. It's actually a close game. 28-28. The Ravens. Oh, wow. They allowed the Chiefs to tie it up. Overtime, people. And we lost. Lamar no longer has a kryptonite in the form of the Chiefs. At least not in this simulation. Can't blame me, I got us off to a nice little 3-0 lead. I kind of blame Juan Thornhill. If he catches that interception, we probably have even better field position and we end up scoring a touchdown, but hey, we got to the playoffs. You know, I think that's what, 4 for 4 in terms of the stat leaders of the weeks. We've always gotten to the playoffs. We're still waiting on one of them to win a Super Bowl. It's going to take the perfect combination of offense, defense, O-line, wide receivers, everything. But either way, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Be sure to like button if you did. Subscribe for new and you can't wait for the next stat leaders of the week video. And I'll see you on the next one.